morning. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. It is Friday, April 23rd. Yes, Friday is finally here. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. Remember to join the conversation in the comments section and share your thoughts on the stories covered in this edition of 3 News Now, because we sure do have a lot to chat about, including how you can be part of the NFL draft coming to Cleveland in just a matter of days. But one story that has many around the country talking this morning, the launch of the SpaceX rocket. Many of you joined our digital live streams of the launch, and if you were watching Go this morning, you saw the exciting moment of the launch. You saw it right there with us, and it happened at the Kennedy Space Center. 2 NASA astronauts and 2 international crew members are on board right now. The flight is expected to take about 24 hours. The 4-person crew is scheduled to spend about 6 months working on the space station. Okay, looking closer to home at the skies there from our CSU cam in downtown Cleveland. No rockets in sight in downtown, just sunshine and clear skies. And of course, this is a treat after the wintry weather earlier this week. We'll take this sunshine anytime, right? Well, if you're wondering what type of weather we'll experience today and beyond, you've come to the right place, because Holly Strano has the answer.
Thanks, Danielle. And as we look ahead to the rest of the day, we're seeing an increase in cloud cover this afternoon. And those little hints of green, more just cloud cover than anything else, maybe a little drizzle passing by, but nothing big deal. And we'll hover in the 50s into the evening. So if you're going to the Indians game, it looks like it'll be 50s throughout. Now we get into your Saturday, and it is going to be dry for a good chunk of the day through the morning and even into much of the afternoon. But clearly the clouds are increasing. And then by dinner time tomorrow, we have rain, and it really is going to be all across Northeast Ohio. This is the view at 7 o'clock Saturday. And let's just say you're going to need those umbrellas if you have any plans to be out and about. So make sure you're thinking about maybe some extra travel time if you're heading out Saturday. And we'll see these showers left over even into early Sunday. So as far as where we are temperature-wise, it's going to be fairly seasonal here through tomorrow. We'll cool down slightly Sunday with those leftover rain chances mainly early. And then Monday is just spring perfection. Sunshine, low 60s, exactly where we should be. And then the warm-up you've been hearing about. 80 on Tuesday, upper 70s on Wednesday. We'll have the chance of some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder on Thursday. Low 70s for highs. Have a great weekend. Danielle, back to you.
Thank you so much, Holly. And we are now less than 1 week away from the NFL draft here in Cleveland. As you can see, the main stage construction and setup is continuing along the lakefront. But it's not too soon to start figuring out your plans, because some areas, well, they do require tickets. The NFL has released a map of the setup, which includes 3 draft experience areas around the city. Now, here's what you can expect.
We're looking to embrace the vibe, if you will, of each district. Playhouse Square obviously has a certain energy and vibe. The Flats and Flats East Bank obviously have a different energy. And then, Mall C just provides the most gorgeous overlook and overview of the draft stage.
Each location will have large screens to watch the draft and other activities, plenty of tables and seating, and a DJ. Over on Mall C, there will be food trucks and other concessions. To find out more information about availability and capacity limits, we've got you covered. Just head to our website, WKYC.com, where we have a guide there with everything you need to know to make the most out of the experience. This includes updates on the Fan Festival, road closures, and parking restrictions. And just in time for the draft, Browns defensive end Myles Garrett commissioned a public art installation downtown. He and artist Glenn Infante unveiled the installation yesterday in the windows of the Cleveland Visitor Center on Euclid Avenue. It features major figures from Cleveland sports, culture, and music. And speaking of the Browns and the draft, as we get closer to the event, we are taking a little poll here at 3 News. We want to know your opinion about the best and worst first-round draft picks in Browns history. Just post them on Facebook or Twitter and be sure to tag us. We'll be sharing some of those results next week. And remember, the Browns have the 26th selection in the first round of this year's draft. And switching gears now to an update out of Minneapolis. The funeral for Daunte Wright was held Thursday. Lawmakers joined family, friends, and community members to pay their respects to the 20-year-old who a police officer shot and killed last week at a traffic stop. Among those speaking at the funeral was his mother.
My son had a smile that was worth $1 million. When he walked in the room, he lit up the room. He was a brother, a jokester. He was loved by so many. He's gonna be so missed.
Wright's funeral comes just days after former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted in the murder of George Floyd, also in Minnesota. And closer to home, the family of Ma'Khia Bryant also gathered Thursday night to remember the 16-year-old shot and killed by a Columbus police officer. Police were called to a home Tuesday afternoon after a report of a fight. Body camera video shows a chaotic scene and Officer Nick Reardon shooting the teenager as it appears she was trying to stab a person on the ground. An incident report shows 2 women in their 20s and a 43-year-old man were there when Bryant was shot. BCI is helping in the investigation, and we have newly released dashcam video posted to WKYC.com. And it's been 5 years since a family was murdered in Pike County, and now one of the men charged in the killing has admitted his involvement. Edward Jake Wagner changed his plea to guilty on multiple counts, including 8 counts of aggravated murder. In 2016, 8 members of the Roden family were found dead in 3 trailers and a camper in Piketon. Jake, his dad, mom, and older brother were arrested and charged with their deaths back in 2018. Well, let's take a look at your coronavirus top stories now. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says he's looking at other options to fully reopen the state. Instead of using case numbers, he says the percentage of vaccinated Ohioans may be a better marker to use. The goal is to encourage more people to get the vaccine to help get things back to normal more quickly. And this comes as we could learn today if federal health officials will lift the pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The FDA is considering an extra warning on the label, stating the extremely rare blood clotting disorder as a potential side effect. Who is ready to eat? Well, in today's Save Our Sauce, we take you to Chagrin Falls. Cruising past its 10th year, Village Martini Bar combines an approachable wine list with a gratifying menu of Italian and American chestnuts. They also feature burgers and pub-style fish and chips, along with crab cakes, seafood, pasta, and grilled chops. So grilled chops there, sounds delicious. You can check out a full list of Chagrin Falls restaurants from our Doug Tratner at WKYC.com/SaveOurSauce. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and the world. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you Monday morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody.